hello.
You already know what it is, man. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
May the 5th be with you.
May the 5th be with you. Can we rename that?
Can we rename what?
No more May the 4th be with you. Should be May the 5th be with you because Cinco de Mayo.
But
Cinco de Mayo
has its own holiday.
The country of Mexico is bigger than the Star Wars fan base.
Do you know the Star Wars fan base? Okay. No, it's not bigger, unfortunately.
Whatever, man. But welcome, man. Episode 2.
Oh, welcome to another episode of True North View Podcast,
Episode TNV. 2, we made it. You know what they call us?
What do you call us?
They call us the Kings of Dope Criticism.
Ooh, the Pharaohs of Prolific Opinions.
And you know what else they call us?
The Emperors of Elevated what?
Elevated Thought, baby. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Harris here.
I go by the name Just Shola.
As usual, just a couple first-generation Canadians. We're giving you our views. What's really buzzing, what's maybe not buzzing.
What people are talking about.
What people are talking about and what people are not talking enough about, man. So, again, we welcome you. We thank you for listening to us. As usual, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Hey, man, like we always say, it's 6 degrees of separation. So if you tell 6 mans, tell 6 more mans. Everyone in the world's going to know about us, man.
Exactly, that's it. That's literally it. Tell 6 people.
That's it.
That's all. Yeah, just tell 6 people.
Tell 6 people and tell them if they don't mind to tell 6 more people.
That's all.
That's all we're asking for.
And keep listening.
That's it.
We're on iTunes now, too, by the way.
So yeah. So round of applause for that. I wish we had a soundboard. Don't worry, we're coming. We're coming with that soundboard, guys.
Soundboard coming soon.
iTunes link is up.
Yes.
iTunes link is up.
We're on Soundcloud.
We're going to be making sure that we update the socials.
We're going to go on Spotify soon.
We're no longer Soundcloud rappers.
Hey, we got upgraded. We got signed.
Out here. We got signed. We're on that major now.
We're on a major.
We're on Atlantic.
We're on Apple.
Fucking Atlantic signs everyone, bro.
They sign anyone. You have 15 Instagram followers? Or we think you have potential to blow up.
What do they have now? They have, they probably have Backpack Kid.
Backpack Kid's definitely signed.
Probably.
To a label.
They have Bad Baby.
They sign anyone that
what's his name? Gordon Ramsay? What's his name? Mason Ramsey? What's the
Gordon
kid's name?
The chef.
What's the kid's name?
Oh, the yodeling kid?
No, yodeling kid.
I don't know. It's called yodeling kid.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Look, all you gotta do is have a little buzz, and they're gonna sign you quick because they want you. That 360 deal?
That 360, man. We're gonna get to that later, actually. I'm glad you brought that up.
The 360?
That's a little teaser. That's a little teaser for the viewers, man. We're gonna talk about some 360 shit later on. I want to get to that a little bit later. But, there's something going on, man. There's something going on that people are not really talking enough about.
What are they not talking about?
Now, you don't know about this because we talked, of course, before we recorded.
What? We did?
But this guy's killing me. You don't know this, so I actually want to break this to you live right now as well.
Okay.
Netflix, first of all. Let me preface this.
Netflix, by the way. Netflix is killing it.
Let me preface this. What do you feel about Netflix?
I love Netflix. Netflix is easy. It doesn't buffer, for me at least.
Okay.
It's high quality. It's easy. Again, if I'm finding my bootleg streams, which I don't bootleg because I'm legal, everything I do. It's not Netflix is just easy. Just go there, click, and you're watching in the highest quality possible. Your TV can.
Fair. Okay. Fair enough. What do you feel about the deals that Netflix is giving?
Hey, make your money.
Make your money?
Make your money.
Fair.
You gotta eat how you gotta eat.
I have a problem.
What, with the Rachel Dolezal?
No. Before Rachel Dolezal. Because Rachel Dolezal is actually like a footnote in what I had to say. I think Netflix is ruining their brand.
How?
Because...
You can't ruin your brand if your brand is on the internet.
Right, okay.
That's the one thing Netflix
They have a monopoly. So they basically have a monopoly. I mean, there's things like Hulu out there and other services and whatnot, but it's obviously not Netflix. You know, Netflix is the king of streaming, obviously.
Exactly.
Let's throw that Rogers king title around. The LeBron James of streaming.
Do not talk about LeBron James.
Don't kill me. We're going to get to that later, too. Charlie Rose. Now...
What did Charlie Rose do?
I've heard the name Charlie Rose before, but I don't really know his story too much. Is
he from Arrested Development?
I don't know. I don't know his backstory, so I don't even care about his backstory really. But put it this way, Charlie Rose is a perpetrator of Me Too.
Oh, known, it's not just one of those.
Yeah, so it says the veteran TV host who was accused of sexual misconduct by 17 women. So he's probably on some. What's that?
17 women?
Yeah, 17. 17.
Holy.
One gun, 7 bullets.
Holy.
One gun, seven bullets.
One gun, seven bullets.
What the fuck's that guy's name? Louis C.K. He's probably on some Louis C.K. shit. Probably pulling out his dick, masturbating on women, and pulling his dick out, and then for some reason they think that women like that and women want to see that.
Yeah.
So he's a sicko, right? Certified sicko.
Certified. Crazy.
True or not, if it's 17 women, bro, it's true.
There has to be a little bit of truth.
It's true. I don't care to fact check at that point. It's true. So Charlie Rose was let go by whatever TV station he was on.
CBC,
this was not too long ago.
CBS.
Right? So CBS, okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't even too long ago. He just got a deal.
With Netflix?
With Netflix.
Oh, shout out to
So
Netflix.
Charlie Rose will reportedly host a show about men brought down by the hashtag #MeToo movement.
Hey.
So I'll read a quick excerpt from it.
Okay.
It says, it appears that Charlie Rose has plotted his post #MeToo comeback. According to Page 6, the veteran TV host, who was accused of sexual misconduct by 17 women,
17
will
women.
star in a show where he will interview powerful men brought down by allegations.
So you don't like this, is what you're saying?
I don't like this, man.
Look,
and that's why I say, to link it to what you mentioned earlier, you mentioned the Rachel Dolezal thing. Why is Netflix doing this?
Because they know who's not gonna. Would you not want to watch this Charlie Rose deal when he's interviewing Louis C.K. and Kevin Spacey?
I don't care about those guys.
I kind of want to watch and see.
I don't care. Kevin Spacey, one of my favorite actors.
I kind of want to watch. It
pains me to say this, but he wasn't acting in a lot of his movies.
I kind of want to watch. I kind of want to see this. I kind of want to watch like what they're going to say, why they did it, when, like what goes through their mind.
Hot take.
And that's what Netflix knows.
How is this any different than Kanye?
Because Kanye's not. Kanye's supporting a racist, a known racist.
And Netflix is supporting sexual perpetrators.
No, they're trying to get their views up.
Their views up?
Yes.
Kanye's trying to get his views up by supporting an audience that's going to create shocks.
I'm not arguing that Kanye, I'm saying what he's doing is not good, but what Netflix is doing is kind of the same thing.
Yes.
If someone told me, hey, do this and you will make millions of dollars, I would do the same.
Okay, so now I asked you a few minutes ago, is Netflix ruining their brand?
No.
Right? If I change that, is Kanye ruining his brand?
Kanye, yes, because
it's the same thing,
but no, like Netflix is
it's the same thing.
Netflix is like a TV, like I don't know what to say, it's a TV station, and they know people are not gonna. The amount of people are gonna cancel because they give Charlie Rose a show or Rich Dolezal show is not going to affect their brand significantly. Kanye supporting a racist is literally canceling out a group of audience. Like it's not like I don't know how to explain it, but it's not. Kanye's just being racist, like, or not Kanye's being racist. Donald Trump's a racist. Kanye's supporting that.
Yeah, okay. But I have a problem when. So okay,
I'm not saying one's bigger than the other, but
no, but you're painting the picture pretty well here. You're saying that Kanye's supporting someone who is racist. He's going to the ultimate lengths for what we know is strategic marketing at the end of the day, right? Like. A fact is a fact.
Yes.
It is strategic marketing.
100%.
I don't care if anyone says it's
He's
not.
Trying to push
we
sales.
all know that it is.
He's trying to push sales. 100%.
So Kanye West is going to great lengths to support Donald Trump or to support the image of what Donald Trump has to represent.
To make money, pretty much.
Right?
Honestly, at the end of the day, they're going to all things to make money. In
order to make money, he is doing things that are considered too far.
Here's what I would go with. Netflix, this is not about. It's not a personal thing. It's a business thing. For Kanye, it seems kind of personal because with music artists, you have to relate to them on a personal level to connect with them. With Netflix, all I gotta say is I don't need to watch that, and it's done. I can watch something else.
No, that's a really good point.
If I want to listen to Kanye now, it's like, well, I gotta listen to new Kanye. Oh, it's going to be
that's a really
supporting
good point,
Donald Trump.
Except I want to throw a little curveball at you. Didn't Kanye say that? I mean, and I'm paraphrasing. Didn't he essentially say that as music artists, we should be a separate entity? I say we as if I create music. as music artists, I'm still going with we because it's going to help me to explain it. As music artists, we are a separate entity.
Why?
So we are a separate entity. We are bigger than just us as individuals.
Well, yes, you are, because people look up to you guys.
Therefore, you could make the argument, if I'm just playing devil's advocate here, that it's the same thing. It is business.
It is,
right?
But again, it's personal with
know what
Netflix.
you mean,
I don't feel a personal connection with Netflix like that. Like, wow, Netflix doing a Charlie Rose deal. I'm never going to watch Netflix again. Like, I don't feel that personal.
Okay,
level.
but you won't watch the Charlie Rose interview.
I probably will because it kind of like, I'm sort of interested to see what.
Saying if Kevin Spacey's on it, you're watching.
Oh yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Fuck, I'm not gonna lie, me too. But I don't care about CK. CK's canceled. No, and sorry, nothing happened. Nothing bad.
Yeah, that was such
Azari.
a bullshit.
But everyone knew that was bullshit.
Yeah,
So
like, that girl was reaching. She was
nothing
reaching.
Nothing happened to Ansari, so
She
I'm not
reaches
really.
more than fucking LeBron in the NBA.
I'm not worried about that, guys. Wow, lame jokes. But no, I don't know, man. I think that Netflix is almost taking the approach that Thing is taking, that Facebook is
What's
taking.
Facebook taking? Do you see the Facebook new Facebook commercial?
No.
They were like, side note, just a quick side topic. It's just like, we're taking away all the ads. It's going back to what Facebook was meant for. It's Mark Zuckerberg. Is it Mark Zuckerberg?
They're lying.
Mark Zuckerberg talking.
Because it was meant for university students. So
But
that's already a
what I
lie.
mean. It's like, it's supposed to be like to connect with family and like, they're taking away all the ads. I think it's because of the lawsuit. But yeah. But anyway, sorry, go back to what you were
Obviously
saying.
because of the lawsuit. But I feel like Netflix is kind of going in a path that Facebook has become. And what I mean by that is when you think about the stigma around Facebook, what's the first thing you think is all the all the headlines, all the negative press that Facebook is receiving.
Yeah.
Now, despite the fact that they receive so much negative press, they are obviously one of the biggest companies out there.
Yeah, they're going just still up there on social media.
Right? So, but yeah, no, here's a picture I'm trying to paint. So, Netflix is kind of giving themselves that Facebook treatment. When you think about Facebook, it's all negative press, although they are one of the biggest tech companies in the world, one of the biggest companies, period.
I don't think Facebook, not Facebook, I don't think Netflix is giving themselves negative press. I don't think Netflix is giving themselves negative press.
But they will be. I think it's hard to see this because it's happening slowly, right? And I want to give you two more examples. So you mentioned the Rachel Dolezal thing, right?
I read something about that earlier.
Yeah, so she obviously has her own documentary. It was The Rachel Divide. First of all, that name is hard.
The Rachel Divide, yeah,
that name is hard. Shout out to whoever produced that because give them a raise. That name is super hard. The Rachel Divide. So, I guess anyone that wants to watch that, go ahead. I don't care if you watch it. I have no problem with you watching it.
I'm going out of my way to
I'm not
watch
against anyone watching it.
I'm going out of my way to watch it. Like,
But that's the thing. I don't care to go out of my way to watch it. But more importantly, the message I'm trying to say is, who cares?
That's one thing about Netflix.
Everyone knows that Rachel Dolezal, everyone knows her story.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's why Netflix is giving these people deals. Because Netflix is either going to say, who cares? And they're not going to watch it. They'll go watch something else they want to watch on Netflix. Or they'll be like, oh, I care. And you will watch it. That's all Netflix cares about. They know.
Okay.
Are you going to cancel your Netflix because of this Charlie Rose deal?
Exactly. No,
and Netflix knows this.
And I'm still listening to Kanye's album.
And Netflix knows this. And Kanye knows this too. He's just trying to sell more, and they're just trying to push more.
I guess, man. I don't know, man. I guess it's America. I guess it's all about the money. It's a capitalist society.
Hold on, was Rachel Dolezal married?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did her husband know she was?
I don't know anything
black?
about Rachel Dolezal other than the fact that she's white. She identifies as black, and she does support a lot of black initiatives.
Should we not respect her for that?
No.
How many white people out here
It's not-
trying to fight black people's rights?
So here's the thing. It's not the fact that she fights for rights and she is pro-black and supports the black movement and I'm not going to say understands, recognizes the struggle that black people go through in America and in North America as a whole, in the world really, kind of to some extent. But it's the fact that essentially she's a pathological liar. Like, she has come to a point where she truly believes that she is black. And she almost mocks that part of the shit that she supports.
So should we? Oh, you said she mocks it,
right?
Okay,
So it's like
But isn't she better than someone like Michael Jackson, for example, who went white? I'm pretty sure identified as being white after his surgery.
I like
Isn't
a lot.
shouldn't we be looking up to her and saying, even though technically we don't like that you had to fake being black, you still wanted to be black. Like not most people, but some black people out there will rather be white.
That's true. A lot of black people want the white approval.
And she's like, fuck being white and my privilege. Let me be black. Should we not respect this?
I shouldn't respect
Why can't I respect this?
You can't make light of the fact that you are not black. There's a difference between understanding what black people have gone through, recognizing what black people have gone through, voicing what black people have gone through, and fighting for what black people have gone through, and trying to identify yourself as black when you know that you're not. That's what I have a problem with, right? So,
okay,
but again,
I can see that.
Okay, I'll be honest. I don't know enough about her personal story. So, I mean, again, we don't fact check.
Just talk off the rip.
We just talk shit off the rip, man. So, I mean, that's what I have to say about Rachel Dolezal. But my point, and I want to actually give you a super curveball, and in terms of this whole Netflix thing, and this is why I slowly feel like they're ruining their brand. They are creating content, or they are giving deals to content, I should say, because they might not be the creators. Yeah. But they're giving deals to content that start to, I'm not going to say extremes, but I can't find a better word. They start to go to different quote unquote extremes. So you have Rachel Dolezal. Oh, let's make a light of a white person trying to act like they're black. Oh, we know we will have an audience for that. We'll just cover that niche. We're okay. Yeah. Charlie Rose. Oh, fucking sexual assault or whatever the exact allegations were. Interviewing other people that have been accused, and that's going to upset a lot of people. But in their mind, it's we have a niche for that. And if you think about even a positive spin, think about a show like Dear White People.
Oh, I know that show.
Now that's a popular show.
I didn't finish it.
I didn't start. I'll be honest. I watched 10 minutes of episode 1, season 1.
I saw the
other day.
I thought the movie.
That show looks super hard.
It is good.
I might end up watching that show. But even a positive show like that does have a positive message to it. Isn't there something kind of wrong with just having Dear White People in the title like that?
Why is it wrong though? Why? What makes it wrong? Especially in the title.
Because if it was any other race, type of people.
But the Dear White People comes from the fact that it's a black girl. Because I remember watching the movie.
You're right. Disregard everything I said about Dear White People.
It's a black girl talking to white people.
I ain't even listening. I'm not listening no more. Disregard.
Speaking of white people, Kanye West.
Yeah, fuck. Let's segue. Ooh, talk about segue. Damn, we're segueing in episode 2. Let's pay these bills first, man. It's time for our fake sponsor ad. TNV, True North Views podcast, has been brought to you by Apple Water. Apple is now creating the best water. It's H2O charged and H2O infused.
Apple priced as well.
It's going to be Apple priced. It does come with a special code to get 10% off your Apple Pen.
Has a special cap,
and it has a special cap on it.
If you lose that cap, you got to buy that new cap again.
Exactly.
Cost Apple price again.
And that's okay, because the whole point is to have things the way that they are meant to be made by Apple.
And it connects to your iPhone.
It
tells you
how much water you're drinking.
It tells you when it needs to be refilled.
Fuck, our ideas are getting a little bit too good.
Roll this back.
So this podcast has been brought to you by Apple Water, man. Go and get yours today. Apple.ca/Apple motherfucking water. That's
use code
Apple. Oh yeah, use code. But before that, I gotta spell it out. Apple.ca/Apple motherfucking MUTHAFUCKIN.
IN.
Water. Right?
Code 10% off.
Use our code TMV.
Or you know what? Send us the money and we will send you.
Yeah, even better. So send us the money. DM us. I'm sure there's ways, Venmo or some shit.
Cash App. PayPal.
Something. Yeah, PayPal.
Send us some money.
Send us the
we'll send you some water.
And we'll send you that Apple Water, man. So it is what it is. And back to the show. Like you were saying, dear
Kanye West.
Thinking about white people, man. Let's get to this Kanye stuff.
Racism. Slavery wasn't a choice.
Hold on. We have to go in some kind of order, because we can't just start ranting about Kanye, right?
I'm ready to rant, even though that song was hard.
I mean,
I'm still ready to rant.
we sort of gave a bit of a timeline already. Since our previous timeline, what's sort of been updated, let's see. So, of course, the Charlemagne interview came out.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. Listen to it, though.
Recorded on the 18th of April. I think it released on the 28th of April, if I'm not mistaken. He then does the TMZ interview.
Was that an interview or just like...
I believe it was a scheduled interview. I think it was a scheduled interview.
Oh, okay.
And Van Lathan, shout out to Van Lathan.
Shout out to Van.
Again, man, I'm not even gonna say I'm finding. Obviously, Van Lathan was known, but I'm fucking with these guys before they're really getting that global fame, man.
Who?
Van Lathan.
Oh yeah, I've been fucking with Brilliant Idiots since his first. I always knew about him since TMZ.
Shout out to Brilliant Idiots too, man.
Brilliant Idiots, Charlemagne put him on.
They plugged Van Lathan.
They got him his own podcast. Yeah.
And that shit's fire, man. That shit's good. So
he's good. He has good thoughts.
Keep creating content. Love the energy.
He has good content for sure.
And just keep that going. But anyways, back to the storyline. So obviously, the Charlemagne comes out. The TMZ comes out. He tries to explain himself on Twitter, and then that's kind of it. I mean, Kanye's out here shaking hands now and hanging up on Kim K to shake paparazzi's hand and say it's all about love and stuff like that now. So
he's just trying to push some sales, man. Let's not forget.
Again, yes, we know it's all about strategic marketing, but I do want to talk about some of those bigger things.
Okay, let's go.
Charlemagne the God interview. Thoughts? Just off the rip. What's your thoughts?
I already said it before, and I'll say it again.
Forget just Kanye specifically. I'm just saying the interview itself, just as a production of media. Although you listened to it, I watched it.
Okay,
I watched it. I enjoyed it.
It was a good interview. Like, don't get me wrong.
But you didn't watch it, right?
No, I didn't watch it.
See, this is what we were talking about last episode.
I didn't see no facial expression. I didn't see any.
This is what we were talking about last week with
I'm going off just the sound of voice.
Yeah. So I'll make a quick point and then I'll let you get to yours. I was watching just because I watched it. I was watching it. Now, mind you, I was off that Ahmadi, so I was celebrating 420 every day. But I was watching it, and I was like, "Yo, every bit of meme or quick TMZ video or quick paparazzi video or what have you has only ever showed Kanye relatively emotionless over the past year or so.
Yeah.
However long
it's usually just pictures.
Yeah, however long he's been behind the scenes, and it's usually just pictures and it's a no expression, what have you. When I was listening, I was like, yo, this nigga has emotions. Mm-hmm. This is weird. He's smiling, he's laughing.
He's in a good place.
He's making jokes.
I think he's in a good place mentally.
You know what's funny? I don't think he's in a good place.
I think he's in a good place
I think he's
mentally.
Stabilized by medication right now.
No, I think
That's
he's in
a scary thought.
I think he's in a good place mentally. I think he did say he's on medication.
I keep going back and forth with my thoughts about this, man.
I mean, the medication might be putting him in a good place mentally.
I keep going back and forth. But yeah, go ahead.
Kanye has bigger ideas than he can think, and just that interview alone, it was a good interview. Charlemagne did good. He asked the right questions.
So let me cut you off. You're saying Kanye's living in 3005?
No, I think Kanye's living in Kanye's head. And Kanye, if Kanye
you just said he's living
in an unrealistic world. That's what Kanye's living in, and he counters every argument with, "That's how they want you to think." It's like, no, that's not how we want you to think. That's the way we should be think. That's the way we should think. You are not going to like Donald Trump. He's like, oh, that's how they want you to think. No. He's a racist. We don't like him. We're not going to like him. Okay. He supports white supremacists. We are not liking Donald Trump. It's not the way we're supposed to think. It's the truth. And that's what Kanye in the interviews. That's what he keeps on saying, and that's why I think he lives in his own world.
Okay, but more specifically to the Charlemagne interview, though.
He said a few times like, "Oh, that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you." He said a few times like, "No, it's the truth. It's not what we want you to think."
Can you find anything that you agreed with in that Charlemagne interview, or do you think it's mostly disagreeable?
No, there's some stuff I agreed with. Like, he did talk about finding your own path, and he talked about
because there's a few
starting
notes,
his own brand.
I wrote down a few quotes, man. Like, there's some shit that this is the thing with me.
Basketball and rap is someone else's industry. Like that I agreed with heavily. I was like, yes. If you did not know that, thank you, Kanye, for bringing it up. But yeah, it's not.
This is what I'm having a super hard time with. It's like Kanye is obviously saying a lot of disagreeable shit. And that's no doubt about it. There's no question that he's saying a lot of disagreeable shit.
Yes.
His delivery is terrible.
Horrible. Very bad.
Right? Like, I think that's his biggest issue. His delivery, when he talks...
is horrible.
Is trash. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. It needs to be edited. That's why the Charlemagne shit took 10 days to drop.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it sounded relatively clean. He goes live on TMZ and he blows it up in a day.
Because there we go. Kanye should not be allowed to do shit live other than perform.
And that's my point. That guy cannot think off the rip, and that's okay. Because not everyone has the ability to do that.
Because he lives in Kanye world, and that's what I'm trying to say. He lives in Kanye world, and the few times he comes out is a part you need to take for an interview,
right?
Not the other 28 minutes when he's in there and saying shit like.
But he said some interesting shit. Like he said, okay, basketball, like you mentioned earlier, basketball and rap, it's someone else's industry, so you'll always be a player.
Yeah,
he said, and it's funny, he actually said it like that too. You'll always be a player. Can we talk about Kanye's accent for a second?
Where does his accent come from?
Is this like a fucking interview accent? Because this is not how he talks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he talks like Mike the Situation.
It sounded so rehearsed.
You know, basketball and rap, it's someone else's industry, So you'll always be a player,
When he's not off the rip, it wasn't live. He had time to.
That nigga's putting on his interview. I can't even impersonate it properly, but he's speaking facts. He's saying it took Michael Jordan a long time to become an owner.
He's right.
Because the higher level is dominated by white people.
I agree with that.
Because black people have, to some extent, given themselves mental barriers as a result of the real barriers that exist.
That's what everyone's saying, and all these black activists always say that. Mm-hmm. Even Charlemagne in his book is all about the fact that you're black. Don't let that hold you back. Don't let that hold you back. The fact that you're black, don't let that hold you back.
You know what I think it is? And I think I know exactly how to answer everything that's going on with Kanye right now.
How? Let's hear this.
I think he just watched Black Mirror. I swear to God.
Kanye's crazy.
I swear to God, I think he just watched Black Mirror because, he's like, we're broken. We're in a simulation.
There's
a few episodes of Black Mirror in simulations.
Yeah, he says stuff like that.
He's saying we want jewelry. Jewelry. Shout out to DJ Khaled. He says we want jewelry, we want BMWs, we want fashion brands, etc. He says when I see branding, I see the insecurity and people buying that security back.
Here's another problem I have with that line. Because he's saying we all want these high
end. I know you're about to.
But he was dying so hard to work for Louis Vuitton. He was dying so hard at one point to work for a high-end fashion industry.
And that's his.
And they all said no.
White people approval.
And they all said no, and that's why he started saying, I'm going to make Yeezy this brand.
White people.
So if he had worked, he would not be saying all this stuff.
He needs some new names to reference too, man.
So that line to me is like, you were just seeking this validation you claim that we all want a few years ago. And now because everyone said no to you and you were rich enough to start your own, we all like...
Thank you.
Yo, bruh, we just got interrupted.
All right, we back.
That's what happens when you don't pay money to record. But go ahead.
I'm saying some stuff he said, I'm like, Kanye, a few years ago, you were in the same situation we were in.
Forget a few years ago. KKW... Yeezys, Kylie's brand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they all premium brands?
They are.
Aren't they people that are buying those to get their security back?
Exactly. You create goods that we want to buy, like your shoes. But yeah, all those people, they create high-end fashion, high-end goods.
For insecure people to buy their security back.
Exactly. But we're not supposed to do that? But you're creating the stuff? Like, Kanye lives in he needs to... understand what he's saying sometimes, and you have these thoughts.
He just needs new lines. I don't want to hear Walt Disney anymore. I don't want to hear Tesla anymore.
Steve Jobs.
I don't want to hear Steve Jobs anymore. Like, at least talk about Tim motherfucking Cook for reviving Apple, because Tim
Cook did good for Apple.
Like, Apple was going down the hole.
Steve Jobs was so strict on Apple. For you guys who didn't know, he was so strict on things he didn't want. He didn't want a bigger phone, by the way. Steve Jobs was adamant that the world did not need a bigger phone, and after his passing, R.I.P., Tim Cook was like, nah, nigga, we coming out with that big phone. And boom.
Yeah, so
Apple's
Kanye,
on top
man,
of the world.
use some different, I'm not even say bigger, use some different names, man. We're done with that shit.
Rap game is just big enough to have enough money to buy a house and car and feed your family, but not enough for you to buy an island. Yeah. He is right about that. It's like boxing. Most people end up retarded than rich.
That was a huge bar.
that was a bar. Song.
He said it's like boxing. More people end up retarded than rich.
I actually agree with him with that. That's the one. That's why even this 1985 J. Cole. He pretty much explained it to you that.
Yeah, that is 1985.
If you don't do your money right, you will be broke in 10 years.
But like, okay, here's my thing. This is why I keep going back and forth. How much of it is you as an individual entity deserve all of the money that you are responsible for creating? And how much of it is when you're on a label or when you're on, when you're part of something bigger where there is production behind it, and so again, just referring to that rapper quote, and you as a rapper, you only have enough to get that house. You only have enough, but no, you don't.
Why not?
Guys like Jay-Z used that rapper money to then build more for themselves.
Yeah, I think that's what he means. Like, if you stick with I'm just gonna create a song, release my album, create a song, release my album. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah,
you don't try and it's
he's talking more about like, and this is no disrespect because we don't know what she's doing in the background, but I guess he's talking more about like a kind of a Cardi B thing, where she's an artist on a label right now.
Yeah.
And we're not necessarily seeing any entrepreneurial.
Exactly. Like, we don't see her starting her own line. Like,
and shout out to Cardi B.
New.
Don't want no smoke.
Like, it took
don't
Rihanna
want the Migos
a while
coming after us.
It took Rihanna a while, but like now Rihanna has her Fenty line. That's her hustle. That's her side hustle.
So Rihanna's probably a better example. Let's go with that example because Rihanna used to be a label whore. And what I mean by that is she was not a label whore, wrong term, a label puppet.
Yes.
She had an album every single year. She had a new single. Yeah, she released. She released the album. She was Jay-Z in it for like 7 years.
But yeah, that's what he's saying. If you stick to that, you're not going to be rich in rap. You're just going to have enough money. It's when you start diversifying yourself. Who was the person I read it somewhere yesterday, and someone said your side hustle, when you have the more income you get from your second hustle, is more risk. It's more money for risk. I forgot who said it.
I forgot who said that, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Interview. But I remember someone saying that the money from your second hustle is the more money you gamble with.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Some other interesting shit. Yo, you guys have to watch. You have to watch.
I was thinking about watching
the interview because like
skimming through.
The visuals are kind of hard.
I honestly when they were outside too. When they're walking in that 300 acre.
Exactly. The words you don't need to listen to because you've obviously heard them already. Mm-hmm. But watch the beginning. Visuals. The beginning starts a little bit artistic. Yeah. I think there's a break. I think there's 2 or 3 breaks where they do change scenery.
You can tell in the audio.
And then I guess you can tell in the audio, and then
the sound quality changes.
Another thing I want to talk about with that Charlemagne interview, I realized something about Kanye. That nigga's sensitive, man.
Oh, Kanye's been sensitive. That's why
he's been sensitive. But like, let's think about
tantrums and yelling rants.
But here's the thing: it's like a public global feud with Obama because he called you a jackass.
Yeah, that's
a public global feud with Jay-Z because you guys have done some shit to each other, right? It's not even a he started it or she started it. And like, why does it have to go public like that, man? Like,
because that's Kanye for you.
Kanye's
trying to make sales. People don't know
call
sales.
Call someone and be like, yo, hey, what you said wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Sales is sales. It's like when Uzi says the label won't let me release my music. It's like, no, it's not. They told you to tweet that.
That's true.
So everyone starts saying, wow, they're holding Uzi back. They're holding Uzi back. And the next week,
kid beef.
And the next week, exactly, it's just to promote sales.
Dead Friends, what's it called?
I didn't even listen to any of that. I knew that beef was so fake. I do not care for Rich the Kid.
The tracks are hard.
I listened to that one with G
Rich Kid went platinum.
He went platinum?
Yeah, Plug Walk went platinum.
Good for him, man.
Shout out to that. I think they said it's only like the third. I don't know. It's probably some ESPN stats, so I don't even want to read it.
The third album released on the third week of the third year in the 6th month.
I'm done with those fucking ESPN stats. Yo, if you're gonna post ESPN stats on your page, I will find you on Instagram. I will comment on your page, and I will say, stop it with that fucking ESPN comment.
In the fourth quarter, after 2 minutes, with 6 guys on the court, with 1 guy hanging off the rim in Detroit in the subway system, LeBron drops 16 points a game.
Bullshit. Like, no one cares. Not even no one cares. It's just like it's so specific. There will always be a motherfucking record.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like only so many games have been played on pick a random day on Tuesday, October 22nd. Only so many games
after 3 o'clock in California.
Like, anyways, man, I want to read a few more quotes from the Kanye West Charlemagne interview for anyone that maybe hasn't heard it yet, or anyone that has heard it but maybe they were distracted and they didn't really catch everything that was said. But I'm kind of done talking about the interview itself.
I'm really done, honestly.
But I wanna read some quoted stuff here that I took some notes of because it's kind of interesting. So we touched on the basketball and rap one already. He said, "Obama, just tell the world you love me. Don't tell them I'm a jackass." That was kind of funny.
Why are you so offended?
Yeah, I think it's sensitive, man.
People call you jackass
He even
before.
coined the term HSP, highly sensitive people.
Is he one of them?
Yes. He
Thank
talked about a award show. He said he wasn't fighting for Beyonce specifically. He was fighting for what award shows were doing at the time, and that's super facts.
That is true. They were.
That's super facts.
That is true.
He said in general, and I agree with this. He said in general, award shows are an archaic idea where essentially you get a bunch of mega celebrities, tell them to dress up, tell them to sit down, and they're all essentially fighting for a little gold trophy.
Pretty much, that is what it is.
So that's facts.
I don't watch award shows.
That's facts. I don't watch
do
award
not
shows
have
at
time
all.
to
They've
spend.
gotten predominantly
They're so
worse
useless. Like,
over time. I used to only watch MTV awards back in the day.
I watched the.
And Much
I watched
Music
it on
Awards.
Netflix. I'm sorry. I watched it on Instagram.
Remember Much Music was like viewed as on the same level as MTV?
Yeah, huh? It was Canadian MTV. Trust me, you could not F with our Much Music at that time.
That
We
shit
had
was-
VJ.
That was the shit. We had to search for the next VJ. We had
TV
Countdown
shows.
at 5 or whatever that shit
Some
was.
good ass TV shows.
That was like the white man's BET, man. But there's another quote here. So it says, so I mentioned the broken simulation part. I mentioned the branding. I mentioned the rap shit. He said, Scooter Braun may be the gateway drug for Kanye to the business world and the death of rap. Now, at first, I was like, what are you talking about?
I was about to
At
say.
first, I was
like,
hot
wait, what?
take, but then he immediately addressed that. I was like, whoa. He's like, artists should not have managers. Artists should have CEOs. And that's kind of what I was mentioning earlier with artists being a separate entity.
Yeah, then they're no more.
Can it be
He was right
treated-
there.
Yeah, can it kind
They're
of be
not-
seen on a parallel level as something as to like what Netflix is doing?
They are a business. Artists are a business to the labels.
Yeah, and it still connects personally. So yeah, but what else did he say? He said so a yay moment in time. He's hoping that this is a yay moment in time where everyone does start to express themselves. He says even the people that are hating, it's great to see that people are expressing themselves. And this kind of gave me that hot take too. Like
This is where
nigga's
I'm like,
on some Trump
This
shit.
is where I'm like, you cannot keep on defending yourself by I'm expressing myself.
Yeah, this
Like,
guy's on some shit because
there's
that's
some stuff you keep to yourself, and if you want to support Donald Trump,
But here's my
I'd rather not know that.
He said it's great that people are expressing themselves. And although, yes, it is great to express yourself in general, we know what he's referring to as the Trump
Oh,
and his
yeah,
own
definitely.
shit. And we know that shit's not right.
It's not. Like, I don't care if you express yourself. If you support a racist, you are supporting a racist. Even if that's your expression yourself, you are supporting a racist.
But I think with Kanye, again, this is why I say his delivery sucks, man. Where's Kris Jenner when you need her, bro? Because she's an elite manager. She needs to help this guy. Man.
She needs to Kanye.
She needs to help this guy
Kardashian
because
thing on
another
Kanye.
quote regarding him and Trump, he says, the fact that he won says something. It says that anything's possible in America. He says,
The fact that he
I
won?
felt,
Yeah.
Trump.
Oh, yeah. I always knew that.
He says, I felt the non-conventional. I've always been like that non-conventional person when it comes to fashion, rocking a pink polo,
Yeah, he
coming
was
on the
that way.
stage,
Yeah,
doing the Taylor
that's
Swift shit, doing the George Bush shit on live TV. Who he's dating, whether it's a stripper in Amber Rose or whether it's somebody who kind of got their fame from having a porn tape in Kim Kardashian.
West.
He says he's always been an outsider. So when
He makes
sees-
himself an outsider.
No, he's always been one.
Well, okay, you're not outsider.
It's
You're
not
out-
making you. There's nothing
he-
wrong
no,
with being an outsider.
No,
But
he's
what I'm
been an
trying to
outsider, but he doesn't help himself not be an outsider by going on Twitter saying, again, I'm going back to Donald Trump.
No,
I love
okay,
Donald Trump.
you're
Like,
going back to
you
Trump,
are
okay.
not going to make yourself feel welcome when you're out there supporting Trump. Like, no one wants to welcome you.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I mean,
There's some stuff. Like,
but that's how he connects with Trump.
He is an
That's my
outsider.
point.
I do believe he is an outsider. He was a producer turned rapper, which no one thought he could be. Which no one thought he could do, and he did it really well.
Right.
But there's also some stuff he does where I'm like, do you really need to call out Nike CEO at one with Nike when he was having a rift with Nike? Did you really have to call him
Yeah,
out?
no, I get what you mean.
On
But
social
again,
media, it's like you call some stuff for yourself. But he is an outsider to an extent, but he pushes more.
But that's what he's drawn to when it comes to Trump. He's only drawn to the outsider perspective.
He's still a racist.
the
You're
guy.
still a white
but
supremacist.
that's my point. I don't unless this guy really is like on some meds. I don't think he agrees or even is aware of everything that Trump has said. I think the only thing that I think he's infatuated with Trump. I think he admires
The fact that Trump became president from being
Exactly.
a reality star
from from a reality star, or going from an entertainment figure
to running
to
the world.
president is something that was laughable 5 years ago,
Oh yeah, definitely.
3 years ago. Fuck it, while Trump was running,
Yeah.
it was laughable.
No one thought you would actually win.
You know what I'm saying? So what was it? What track was it where Kanye said 2020? 2020, I'ma run the whole election.
Oh.
Nike, what's that shit called?
Something Jumpman.
Jumpman.
No,
You know
it's
what, not Jumpman, but you know what I'm talking about. Easy.
It was on his Pablo.
You guys know what I'm fucking talking about. But so when we heard that on Pablo came out what, a year and a half ago? We heard that on Pablo
2016.
and we laughed. Right? We're like, what's this guy talking about? 2020.
I knew
I really think he's running for president in 2020.
Once Trump won president, I knew that U.S. is fucked.
You're gonna get your
Celebrities are-
Oprahs, your Will Smiths,
Celebrities are
your
going to start running
Kanye's, The
for
Rock,
president, and they're going to win
Vince
because
McMahon.
of social media.
But fuck it, man. Let's cut that shit, man. Let's
You heard.
move on to some more positive shit. So again, like we said off the top, happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone.
Cinco de Mayo.
Which means the day before was May the 4th be with you. And yo, May 4th, we got Fire. Who dropped? Shrem Life 3.
Shrem Life 3.
Who dropped? Royce the 5'9", Book
I
of
still
Ryan.
haven't talked to that. I haven't even take that in.
You have to take that
The
in.
Uzi Scott.
Lil Uzi, that Travis.
Travis
okay.
Scott, Uzi, and Kanye.
Let me stop you for a second.
I bumped that.
I never realized Travis Scott's greatness.
Oh no, Travis Scott's been.
No, I know that.
He has
but
hype music.
I am very late to the Travis Scott game.
Travis Scott. I bumped
Because like there's a few Instagram pages that we're following. I want to shout them out, but again, I don't know if they're comfortable with that. But I'll DM them, let them know in the future.
We'll shout them out.
Really good page, actually, one of my favorite pages. Just to comment on, to read, to like shit. And it's always like a pick one to go. You know what I'm saying?
What was it?
4 hot artists and pick one to go.
Yeah, well,
and
give me
a
some
common
options.
theme, like some common faces that he always has on
Travis
there.
Scott?
Of course, he has your Coles, your Kendricks, Childish Gambino. He has a lot on there who's phenomenal.
Childish Gambino's
Probably
amazing.
a top
Can't wait for that album
3
to drop.
entertainment entity
Yeah.
in the game
He's good.
today.
He's amazing.
No cap across all genres.
He's brilliant. Like, he's
I think it's
smart.
fucking brilliant. But anyways, Joey Badass, they show on there a lot. But they show Travis Scott on there a lot. And at first I was like, is this nigga really that nice?
He is. He
And now
is.
when I hear a track and I'm like, that's Trav. I hear that Trav production. Anyways,
Yeah.
I've come to light. But anyways, yeah, that's also dropped. The Travis
that was
Uzi
bumping.
shit came
Don't
out.
trust a bartender that don't drink, bitch.
What else came out? Wasn't there some next shit?
I've honestly trying to finish Shrem Life.
Mm-hmm.
And by Shrem Life, I mean all 3 albums. It's 27 songs in total.
Yeah, I gotta
It's kind of
finish
a
that,
lot.
man.
I did.
Let's talk about that. Yeah, so Shrem Life 3.
The Shrem Life itself, Shrem Life 3 itself, Not Vacation, Gym Show, just to combine the group. That album bombed. Like that album bombed. I was
How do you feel about the delivery? Keeping it on one project.
I actually like that because you don't have to switch. You
I
can't
didn't
just,
like that.
You can't just keep going.
I didn't like that.
I kind of like that, but I do wish they had a.
I wish they had separated it because
as well.
and it's almost like I'm going to get to Book of Ryan in a second because I haven't fully listened to it, but I do
need to
have some
bump that
initial
more.
thoughts.
I'll bump it later today.
Tracklist, man. Tracklist is so important. We talked about this last week.
Tracklist is
We talked about My
important.
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
But
we
when
talked
it
about
comes
KOD.
to someone like Ray Sherman,
Right.
No
It's just
offense to
bangers.
them,
It's just
but
bangers.
they're not really delivering a message.
Yeah.
So it
I
doesn't
get what you
really
mean.
matter what their
Although
track
Sway
list
Lee
is.
showing his range.
Oh, Sway Lee. I was in some old Ray Sherman too.
I'm still a Jimmy guy. I'm still a Slim Jimmy guy.
Oh, Jimmy's thing was banging. Jimmy
But
was banging more than I
Sway
thought
Lee's
it
showing
was.
his range, man. That guy is.
Sway Lee's nice.
I think Sway Lee can be a megastar.
Oh yes, if
in
he
like
goes
3
the right
years.
way, if he goes the right way, if he does the right features, get some nice people on his tracks,
That guy could be a megastar.
he will be killing it.
But yeah, man, Shrem Life 3. I'm not a fan of the delivery, keeping it on one project, so to speak, like one downloadable
Yeah,
link
it's okay.
on Spotify.
It's not my favorite, but it's not bad.
But yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, I haven't heard the entire thing. Like, I haven't really taken it in the way I want to. But fire.
Yeah.
Fire. I have a question. It's not even really a hot take. Are they king of the groups? Or is it the Migos?
That's hard. It's Migos still have an upper hand on them.
I don't think they do.
You don't think so?
I think
Why do you think Ray Shremmerd is better?
I think Ray Shremmerd has.
Why is Ray Shremmerd better than Migos?
They have a little bit more
Range?
legitimacy. Yeah, that's the better word. They have more range,
Like, you can
as a
listen-
group. So when you think about some of their bigger tracks, and you think about even something like a fucking what's that shit that Michelle Obama, LeBron, and them were doing, the mannequin challenge.
Oh, on Black Beatles.
Yeah, Black Beatles. So when
Black
you think
Beatles
about
in the city.
a Black Beatles to whatever, like the shit that they're dropping now, like they can.
It's different.
They have distinct shit.
They do.
Whereas,
they do.
whereas Culture
Migos,
2 drops, and it's like
Culture 1 continued.
it's Culture 1 continued.
Like, it's nothing different. It's
Right?
all
And that's not
27
even to
of
hate on the
same
Migos,
songs,
right?
21 of the same song.
Yeah, and I fuck with that. Heavy.
It's good, don't get me wrong,
It's
but
good.
it sounds all the same. It gets tiring after a while.
And I think, like both Jimmy and Sway Lee have said, by doing individual projects, it's just that time to expand now, right? So they're doing it the right way.
I agree, and I like that because it's like they had their own individual project, but they're still a group, which was dope. I actually think that was such a good idea. Whoever came up with the idea, whichever manager thought for them to drop 3 albums as one, it was amazing. I also thought it would be like 20 songs each. I was like, I'm not trying to listen to 60 songs.
Imagine that. I was kind of ready for that, man.
I was like, damn.
I was ready for the Chris Brown treatment.
I wasn't ready for 60
Throwing 50
songs.
tracks on a mixtape. I was ready for that. But Shrem, like, man, that's stupid fire. Yo, let's go back to that Trav track real quick. Did you hear it?
I did. I bumped it so many times.
Who killed it? Who killed it? I need to know who killed it, because I have a hot take.
Yo, you're gonna say Uzi killed it?
Uzi fucking killed
See, the
it.
reason I can't say Uzi killed it, well, Uzi killed it, but Uzi does what Uzi does. Uzi will come, give you the energy, give you that singing, rapping thing, give you that flow. I can't wait. Is there a video for this song?
I hope so.
If there's no video out yet, I can't wait to see the
I
video.
just want to see some Trav
it'll
shit,
be good.
man. Trav is fucking fire. Shout out to Travis Scott.
Kanye came with the bars. The bars Kanye came with something.
Yo, hold on. Let me talk about that. I gotta
didn't
honestly.
like that?
I have to listen to the track again. The only thing I remember, because I've only bumped it like 3 times. Right, so I need to bump it like
I
about
bumped it like
38 more times.
300 times.
Got to get my my stream count up on Spotify so it shows up on my favorite tracks for 2018. I do remember for like a 10-second period of time, I was like, Kanye doesn't really fit the track.
No,
He fits
I
it?
thought he wouldn't too because it's like 2 younger guys,
Okay.
new school rap.
So I just
the
gotta
new
take
style
it in
trap
more.
beats. But when you take it in, he has his own. He brings a Kanye flow, but Kanye flow works well.
Right.
And did he produce the song as well?
I think it was a Travis Scott production. That sounds like a Travis Scott
Produced
beat
by
to me.
it's produced by Pierre Bourne. Pierre Bourne's making his name after Playboy Cardi.
Yo,
But Kanye has some nice.
Playboy's nice.
What did he say? He said,
Playboy's
fucking,
super nice.
how do I feel? Step into my mind feel. I was like, damn, okay.
Jeez.
Like, want to know how pain
How do
feels?
I feel?
got
Step
off my
into-
main pills.
Oh.
But my wifey stayed close. She knows I'm on my Bezos. I was like, yo.
That's ooh,
Opioid addiction, pharmacy's the real trap.
damn.
The
Damn.
Kanye line. 1 year it's Illuminati.
Opioid
Next year it's the
addiction,
sunken
pharmacy's
place.
the real trap. Yo, we need some fucking. We need a soundboard, man,
1
because
year-
that was fire right there.
1 year it's Illuminati. Next year it's the sunken place. They don't want to see me change. Nah, nigga, run in place.
God damn.
I'm like, whoa, Kanye, give us this Kanye.
Run in play, and but that's what I'm talking about with Kanye. That's the frustrating thing, is because he has very progressive ideas. When he has time to produce, when he has time to edit, time to take time
Yes.
to put it out,
Yes.
it makes sense.
I agree.
Because that bar alone, if he came out with that bar, he didn't even need to do interviews.
If Kanye just came out with this song, he hadn't really spoken much.
Yeah.
This song will
Like
be
if he
much
came out with
fire.
Ye vs. the People and then this Trav Uzi track,
Even without Ye versus
everyone would understand what he's trying to say. Everyone would understand his perspective. Even if he just decided not to go on TMZ and not to tweet, everyone would understand what he's saying as well. But again, we all know strategic marketing. Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
It's all that bullshit, man.
He also had one line that was funny. He's like, something like about a bald guy wearing do-rags. I thought it was hilarious. Like, something's useless. Let me find this line. You go and hide it, man. It's so bad. Like a bald man wearing do-rags.
I don't get it.
You got to. It was talking about someone who was talking
I
about
guess you
hiding
gotta
a
cut it,
watch.
like,
There was more lines before it. It was about how his watch is bigger than another person. He's like, you got to hide it like a bald man wearing do-rags.
I just don't get it.
You
I gotta hear
listen
it.
to it.
I gotta hear it.
But yeah, I thought the song was bumps.
What else we got? Shit. Let me just read our notes here. TMZ. We talked about that kind of.
Let's get some basketball.
Kanye West. Yeah, let's talk ball for a bit. Let's
get some
ball.
Raptors losing game 2. That was horrible, man. Let's be honest, Raptor fans, we did not like that.
Man.
Did you see game 2?
I watched it, some of it. Put it this way, I watched up until half.
Yeah.
And then I heard the first 3 minutes on the radio, and then I knew the game was over. So
Yeah, that's how it happened.
like for those obviously that weren't paying attention to game 2, we were in control. We were up 9. We as in Toronto Raptors, we were up 9
God.
with about 2 minutes to go before the half. Cleveland pretty much almost tied it up. They brought it down to 2 at halftime. And then within 3 or 4 minutes of the third quarter, Cleveland was up by 11. And I'm just
Pretty
like,
much.
fuck it, man, game's done. But
That's what happened.
honestly, I don't even want to talk about it. I talked a lot of shit
do you
on
think we can
Instagram.
win it?
No, I talked a lot of shit on Instagram. I do eat my words. I know there's a lot of Cleveland
Eat
people
shit.
coming for the neck.
Yo, I don't care what you say. I still think Toronto's taking
I'll hold
this.
the L.
I
Okay,
would
so
never,
let's talk then. So
I would
let's-
never bet against Toronto. Never. Well, realistically, never. And I feel like we can beat
But, okay,
Boston.
let's be
It's not
realistic.
Boston,
So
sorry,
let's-
Cleveland.
You honestly think Toronto can beat Cleveland?
I think we can beat Cleveland.
Don't you think Cleveland's clicking? They're on a 6-game winning streak.
Well, we just make them unclick. Whatever we've been doing, it's not.
Can we do it on the road?
Yes.
Can we do it mentally?
That's the thing. I hope they're still there mentally.
I
Because
don't
going
think-
down 2 games, especially losing 2 games at home,
This-
does affect your confidence. But if we can pull out today's win, today being May the 5th, if we can pull out a win today, I think we can get that momentum because we are the better team. Everyone knows that. It's just LeBron. Like,
But
we need
it's
to
not.
stop
But the
LeBron.
thing is that it's not just LeBron anymore. Jeff
Oh, it
Green's
is.
hitting his open shots.
Oh, but that's
Kyle
because
Korver's
LeBron-
hitting his open shots. J.R. Smith is throwing
the
up 20.
one thing that we're not doing that Indiana did was stop LeBron from passing. LeBron getting a triple double. I think he had 1 triple double in the whole Indiana series. Other than that,
And we don't challenge them
We're-
enough
so
on
he's-
offense.
exactly.
Oladipo always used to take
Yeah.
3-4 steps back and then take the John Wall approach.
Game 1, he had 11 points, 7 assists in the first half. If we got that to 2 assists, that's like at least 10 points. And that's if not, if all the assists were 2-pointers, at least 10 points that we gave away just because he's passing the ball.
I don't even want to talk about the fucking Raptors, man. Let's see what happens.
Well,
Fuck it.
hopefully by next time we record, we're
I
going
want to
game
get into
7.
something a little bit more interesting with the NBA. Actually, before that, side note, New York Knicks, they signed Fizdale.
Fizdale from Memphis.
The light
You think that was
skin
good?
Fizdale.
you
I
think
think it
that's
was
good?
good, except I really think they should have waited.
I think they should have waited too. I think Fizdale was
I think Fizdale is an amazing pick. I think Fizdale is your second best option.
Who was the first best option?
The first best option might not be available.
Who, Jerry Stackhouse?
Jerry Stackhouse.
Why wouldn't he be available? Where's he going?
Well, because isn't he still part of Toronto's
He
franchise?
is. I think but he's going to leave. Like, no one wants to be a D-League coach.
Right. So,
Forever. It's just waiting for the right time. And
Okay, well let's talk about time. If the Raptors get booted again, and it's our 3rd time losing to LeBron, do we fire Casey and then
But it's
give
not
Stackhouse the job? I know Casey's not the problem.
I don't
but
know.
at what point do you have to make a change? 'Cause
I feel they should
between
bring-
years 1 and year 2, correct me if I'm wrong, we tried to get firepower. Is that when we added Serge Ibaka? I don't even remember.
Year 1 and year 2 being.
But we tried to get firepower. I don't remember when. We tried to get firepower. That didn't work. We tried to get a bench. That didn't work.
Future has so much stuff.
So we might just have to make another change.
I don't think it's Casey built this team.
Well, fuck it. Anyways, yeah, let's see what happens with that shit. But what I do want to talk about is
I thought they were going to get. Sorry, just
Philly,
quickly.
man. I want to talk about Philly versus Boston. Not even this series, because this is not a full Boston team.
It's not.
And
It's
believe it or
really
not,
not.
this is not a full Philadelphia
It's not.
team either.
Fultz is not
When
playing.
Markelle Fultz is healthy and when they do sign that superstar in the summer,
They have the money. I forgot.
yeah,
Still on those
now
rookie
we're
contracts.
talking. So what I do want to talk about super quickly, Philly versus Boston probably for the next 3 or 4 years.
You think that
Is this
that's
a
gonna be
real beef? Like,
I think it
or
would
is
be
this fake beef like Toronto Cleveland?
I think it will be a big thing. I think
How big though? Because Toronto Cleveland is a legitimate quote unquote beef. Even
it's
though
going to
they
be
slap
this year.
us every time.
Next year, if they get better, if they face each other in the playoffs again, it's going to be a beef. It's going to same thing. I feel like this would be better than Toronto Cleveland because Cleveland was always the more superior team.
So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. If Boston beats Philly
Which
in
I
this
hope.
in this current series,
Which
does
I
that
don't.
change Philly's offseason plans?
No. No.
Or you just trust the process?
I think Philly just knows they're young. I don't think Philly expects to go this far either.
That's true.
They weren't expected to
I think
go this
Philly
far.
expected to get booted in the first round and just make it to 7th or 8th.
Exactly. I don't
and
think
get
they-
booted by,
exactly.
they thought, Cleveland or
I don't think
Boston.
they even expected to. What were they, 5th? No, they were 6th.
Cleveland was 5th.
No, not Cleveland. Philly.
Philly was...
Philly was 3rd.
Yeah, Philly was 3rd.
Yeah, I don't think Philly expected to be 3rd. Philly expected to be 7th, 8th, make a playoff spot, just get a little bit of experience in, and now they're in the second round with a legitimate chance of going to the conference finals. Don't think Philly's going to change anything. I think Philly's going to.
But you need firepower. It's almost like...
It's just learning.
And I guess New Orleans
They do have the
Pelicans, I guess they beat
firepower.
Golden State the other day, but it
Well, that was
kind
a
of
big
comes
game
down to
yesterday.
that. Like, Boogie's injured. Playoff Rondo's playing well. Drew Holiday's playing well. Anthony Davis, no words. Top 3 player in the league, if not the best.
Oh, yeah, he's
Ooh,
still
hot
he's
take.
up there. No, he's not the
When
best.
healthy.
LeBron's still there.
When healthy, name one thing he can't do.
LeBron's still there. Like, as long as LeBron's playing, it's hard for me
Yeah,
to
fair
say
enough. You
anyone
can't,
else
you
is
can't go
better,
against LeBron.
especially in the playoffs.
But then when you look at Golden State and them, their ability to beat Golden State, and again, they did win Game 3.
They did. I saw the ending of that game.
For as well as the Pelicans are playing, can they win without Boogie Cousins? Can they win without
Yes.
firepower?
Yes, I
'Cause I feel like you need firepower in this league.
You do, and
Whether the chemistry is there or not,
Philly
you need
has
firepower.
that. Philly has that. They're just young. That's it. They have Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is going to be a star in this league. They have
Megastar.
Ben Simmons,
next to LeBron.
another star. These guys are. Ben Simmons is still technically a rookie. Embiid is playing his.
Still is a rookie, man. Fuck that whole rookie shit. First of all, I want that rookie hoodie though. That shit's super
That was
hard.
a bad.
If anyone knows
Adidas should
where
release that.
if anyone knows where to find that Adidas
Adidas should
rookie
release
hoodie,
that.
or if you can make me a fucking
Adidas.
no-name brand version and do it on fucking Redbubble or some shit,
Someone get one.
make it and send it to the DMs because I want that. I
Yeah,
want to
that's a
buy it
hustle.
from somebody. Somebody make it. The rookie shirt with the definition of a rookie on it.
That's
Someone
hard.
go and impersonate that and show me the link. I want to buy it.
I would legitimately spend money on that.
I want to buy it. But yeah, Philly, Boston's going to be
They have
interesting,
the
man.
but in the next 5 years, technically Philly will have Ben Simmons, who's a certified All-Star,
Mm-hmm.
Joel Embiid, who's a certified All-Star, Markelle Fultz, who's probably hopefully going to be borderlining on All-Star, if not above average point guard.
does his
play.
role, okay,
That's
let's say.
3 technically stars. And,
Right.
and they'll have a bunch of 3-point shooters, and if they can develop a good bench,
Right.
that'll be good. I think that Boston has their coach, Brad Stevens, who is
Overrated.
just you think he's overrated?
I think his players are just overachieving.
I think he knows he gets his
Fucking
guys.
Kyrie Rozier. Let's talk about fucking Kyrie Rozier.
No.
That guy's playing fucking nice.
He plays his system.
For those listening, I'm intentionally, don't think I'm stupid, I know my shit. I'm intentionally calling him Kyrie Rozier because he's nice.
He's
Holy shit.
but I feel
Is it
like-
a contract year for Rozier? Maybe.
I think I checked it. I think he has a contract until next year.
Who knows, man? But
Either way,
that guy rose his stock.
definitely did.
I heard a hot take. Somebody said they're better off without Gordon Hayward, especially with the emergence of Jaylen Brown
Jaylen
and
and
Jason
Jason
Tatum,
Tatum.
especially.
You know, I agree with you. I think they are, but they won't get rid of him because
But
Brad
that's where it comes
Stevens
down
is
to
his
firepower.
coach.
But that's my whole point about firepower, and that's why I bring up the point with Boogie and the Pelicans. You need firepower. At the
Yeah,
end of the
but-
day, you can make the argument Boston has better chemistry without Gordon Hayward. You can make the argument they have better chemistry without Kyrie.
The Pelicans,
But you need firepower.
the Pelicans, yeah, but not because you need firepower, the right firepower.
Right.
Like
I get what you mean.
don't get another 3-point shooter with
Just
Steph
'cause.
on Golden State, for example. You don't need another 3-point shooter.
Right. Whereas they get someone like Durant who can, obviously
Exactly.
shoot
So
three,
like that's what you like.
but
Cousins,
create his own shot. I get what you
Cousins
mean.
will not create space for Anthony Davis,
Mm-hmm.
which is what Mirotic is doing right now. Mirotic is playing the 3. That's all they need. They need like a
So do
good,
you-
legitimate all-star.
Is it too much of a hindrance to ask Boogie to play the inside game and AD play out?
Yes.
Is it too much a hindrance to AD?
Yes, because that's not AD's style of play.
Okay.
Now you're moving AD to a forward-ish, and he does like play forward center, but he likes to play at forward center. He doesn't
Right.
want to stick to just forward. He can shoot, he can drive, he can finish at the rim. Now, if Cousins in the paint, if he's trying to drive, there's a center there. Mirotic is taking out the center now.
I get what you mean.
Or the power forward, whoever's guarding
Right.
Mirotic, and now he's driving on a one-on-one. You're not going to beat AD one-on-one.
And
He's
you're not
amazing.
beating AD one-on-one.
He'll go over you.
That guy's
easily.
scary, man.
He's scary.
That guy's
fucking
scary.
good. He's so good.
AD is scary good. A healthy AD, don't talk to me about KD in terms of LeBron leaving and who's going to take over the game. It's not KD, it's
No,
AD. It's not Giannis, it's AD. It's not Ben Simmons, it's AD.
You think Giannis is going to leave Milwaukee anytime soon, like when his contract's up?
I think Giannis is in the same position as DeMar DeRozan. I look
so?
at them as the exact same
I feel
situation.
like I don't like their coach though. Who's their coach again?
Nobody right now. I don't think it's a nobody. We don't fact check, but
because they fired.
They recently fired. Yeah, they should have kept Jason Kidd.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think the coach does not know how to use the team. He has a good team. He has good players. He just doesn't know how to make it work. It's because everyone plays a different style. It's not. Now he has Giannis. Giannis is not necessarily a
that team is too lanky, bro. That team needs more direction. First of all, Bledsoe's not a point guard.
Oh no, he's not. He's a two guard. He's a combo guard.
He's an off-ball player. He's a he needs to be CJ McCollum. He needs to be fucking Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He needs to
stop thinking he's a point guard.
Catch and shoot, drive, pass. That's it. Like don't.
Holy, that guy's not nice right now. He is not playing.
They're way too long on that team, and that's what Jason Kidd was going for—a long team.
But too long.
But now it's too long.
Too long.
No, there's no room to move.
Jabari, what did we say last week?
I said Jabari needs a better coach.
Jabari needs a new scenery.
He needs a new.
Yo, imagine Jabari to the Raptors.
He won't fit.
Why wouldn't he fit?
He does exactly what DeRozan does.
Get rid of Ibaka. Make him play the 4.
Yeah, Ibaka's better though. For one thing, Ibaka stretches the floor. Jabari's not going to stretch the floor enough. Jabari's going to try and run the paint. We have Giannis in the paint.
So let's get rid of JV. Let's run a small lineup.
In the NBA right now, you know what? I would not mind. Imagine that. Get rid of JV and run a
small lineup. Oh man, that'd be stupid.
We would never win in the paint. They'll just take us to the paint every time. But in the NBA right now, you just need one paint player. And if it's a star, get rid of stretch the floor. Make everyone else clear the space for him.
Yeah. Let's see what happens with these NBA playoffs.
The year of the Twin Towers are done. Like, you're never going to see
Although you can implement that back, man.
You're never going to see two dominant paint players on the court at the same time.
You can always go against the grain, though.
No, it's hard when the other team's doing it. Whiteside in the playoffs. That's Whiteside's biggest issue right now.
Right.
Is the fact that he can't play anywhere else but the paint. And as soon as teams don't play in the paint,
they stretch the floor.
He's useless. And that's what the NBA is. And now you might have two of those guys on your court.
Fair enough. But fuck it, man. I want to get back to some music stuff real quick. You don't want to make this too long for the viewers. We respect y'all time.
Yo, tell us what you guys are listening to, by the way. Some new shit that dropped.
Always give those recommendations.
Let us know.
Hey man, let's get that going. But I want to stay on that music real quick. I want to talk about Cardi B for a moment.
Yo, what's Cardi B?
Because I'm having a little bit of a hard time with my opinions about Cardi B.
Why? What's your
She's obviously pregnant, if not, has already had the child.
Really?
I don't know. Wasn't she like 8, 9 months? Whatever.
I thought she was like 6.
Anyways, whatever. So she's obviously pregnant. She's obviously taking time off.
Yeah.
We obviously know that she's in a very shitty record deal with Atlantic.
Oh, she's in a 360?
She's in a 360 deal.
Who isn't?
Bruno Mars is also in a 360 deal. So, it obviously shows that it doesn't matter your level of stardom. You are probably in a 360 deal if you're with a major.
Do you agree with 360 deals?
No.
But think about it this way. If I say make a song, I will put it out there. I will make sure people are listening to it.
Okay.
As long as I make a certain percentage. You don't have to do any of the marketing work.
Okay, well then let's negotiate that percentage. Don't Walmart me fucking force me as a supplier to give you my shit for pennies.
That's why you sign a contract. You can always say no to a contract. They make you.
But
you gotta
see, this is the thing.
The way they sell it,
you're correct. You can always say no, and that's why we do see a lot of artists go independent.
Yes,
and
but it's hard.
Those independent artists that sell 40, 30K first week, those are W's in my eyes.
Yeah, those are
more than 80, 90K from a major.
It's hard
more
to
than
market.
100 from a major.
Yeah,
right. But the point that I'm trying to make is that these majors understand their power. And again, I'm going to draw parallels to Walmart.
Uzi, this came out. Uzi's what's that big song by Uzi?
Money Longer?
No.
Money Longer.
The one where he's like, I don't really care if you cry.
Oh yeah.
That's Uzi's biggest song today, by the way. He made the song supposedly made 16 million, and Uzi only took home 4.5 himself. Yeah. And everyone said this way, if he had released that song on his own technically and marketed on his own, the amount he would have brought in is probably 4.5 million.
Yeah, but would it have been as big?
That's the thing, that's what I'm saying.
But again,
if it got big.
This is the point I'm trying to make here, is that labels are understanding their power and they're almost borderline abusing their power.
Well,
again, I'm drawing parallels to Walmart. And yeah, you're right, who wouldn't? But I'm thinking about it from the recipient's end, right? Sucks. When you have that kind of power where you know everyone wants to come to you, I'm not even going to say have to, I'm going to say everyone wants to come to you in order to achieve the success that they're looking to achieve, you're going to force them to penny pinch in terms of their cut. and you're gonna make sure that you get the bigger cut or the more significant cut.
Well,
It's just not fair.
I feel like it's nothing's fair. It's business. It's like Walmart. Like, why don't they sell something at $3 when they can sell it at $1 and make $2 at 2 cent profits? They'll sell it at $3 and make a $2 profit because they know you're not going to get it anywhere else.
But let's do a I don't know, man. 360s again. I'm going back and forth with this, but what I really wanted to ask,
That's the question.
Cardi B's album, man. 1 month later.
It's still
1 month later, you still bump it?
I still bump it.
A month later, it's 7 out of 10 for me.
I still bump it. No, it's just a solid. It's a 7.5. Like,
I want to bump it again, man.
it's not going
because
to win any award for me. But sometimes I'm like, you know what?
I think.
And we're in the age of relevancy, like time relevancy.
Yeah, like-
a month later, we've heard 3 more albums since then. J. Cole's dropped.
It's true. As soon as like
Beers
Cole
and,
dropped, all the
Beer
Cardi
Pong and
talk
Bentley
finished,
dropped.
and then as soon as the Ye dropped, all the Cole talk finished.
Unfortunately, that's what it
Beer
is
Bongs.
right now.
Yo, I heard that shit is fire. First of all,
it's fire. It is fire.
some
I
reason,
underestimated Post Malone.
for some reason, I hate on Post Malone. I think it's because
underestimated Post
I feel
Malone.
like he utilizes the rap game to his advantage conveniently.
Oh, he definitely does.
And that bothers me a lot about a lot of artists, like Miley Cyrus, as an example.
Yeah, I cannot stand
but
that girl.
it's fire.
It's fire. It is fire. I would not lie to you. I bumped it.
Now, mind you, again, I've only heard a few snippets here and there. I
I've
haven't
heard
heard
the
the
whole
full thing
thing
in order.
twice.
And again, album
In order.
orders and track listing orders very important. But yeah, it's fire.
He has good songs in there.
First fire. I rate that. But yeah, man. So you know what it is, man. You know what it is. Let's leave it at that today, man.
More to talk about next
Let's leave it at that. But yo, plug the socials. No, fuck it. I'm always doing that, man. Fuck that
Love
shit.
the social. TK.
This motherfucker. Nah. So again, man, you could follow us on our socials: Twitter, Instagram,
Twitter.
Active on both of those. We
Website
are
coming
now
soon.
on Apple Podcasts. So a round of applause for that. If you guys look up True North Views Podcast on Apple
True North Views
Podcasts,
Podcast.
hit that subscribe button.
Rate,
rate
comment.
it. Feel free to comment.
We're also on SoundCloud if that's easier for you.
That's it. We're on SoundCloud as well. We are SoundCloud rappers.
We're going to
too.
try and get on Google soon for you. Google,
So yeah, again,
for you Android
SoundCloud,
users.
SoundCloud.com/True North Views. All of our socials are True North Views, all one word. So on Instagram, True North Views, at Twitter at True North Views,
Yo,
on
add us.
SoundCloud at True North Views.
Add us.
And again, if you go on Apple Podcasts and search True North Views, you will find us as well.
Comment,
So
ask
as
your
usual,
questions,
comment,
DM.
subscribe. If
Tell
we're
a
talking
friend.
multi-platform, do we have to cover everything?
You know what we
comment,
mean. Comment,
like,
add, mention.
subscribe, mention,
Follow.
follow,
Do not unfollow.
retweet,
Quote retweet.
what else?
Like,
DM,
like,
DM. What else? What
Slide
else
into
we
the
got?
DM. Slide into the DM.
But yeah, man, slide into the DMs,
It
man,
is.
and we appreciate it as usual.
Legit,
We really
legit. Let us know what we're
appreciate
doing
your time.
wrong. Let us know what we're doing right.
Yeah, give us that feedback.
Ask us questions. We will answer your questions on air, I guess. On
ASAP,
air.
by the way.
And we will shout you out at the same time.
Yeah, man. So you know what it is? TMV, True North Views, episode 2.
We out here.
We out here,
I am
man.
Just Shola.
And I go by the name of Harris as usual.
See you same time next week.
Same time next week, same time, same place. And don't forget, man, stay away from those wastemans.
Stay away from the waste, man.
Stay away from those wastemans.
Waste suits are everywhere, B. Waste suits everywhere.
All right, guys, TMV out.